Well, today we're going to kick off the month of September with our first Halloween themed project. We're going to make a garden flag. Stay tuned and see how fun and easy this is to make. All right, we're starting with our strip of fabric like we always do. I use 100% cotton muslin. I'm going to switch to a clip now I recorded a few weeks ago on how to do the next step, which is to make this into a flag shape. And then I'll come back and we'll start this week's flag. All right, in preparation for making our garden flag, I've cut my piece of Ultra Hold Heat and Bond to a 1-inch square. And I've cut a piece of 100% white cotton muslin to a piece that's 1 inch by 3 inches. And I've got a wooden board to protect my table and a piece of printer paper on top of that. I know it's going to be hard to see, but white on white, but I don't want to stain my fabric. So I'm going to take this. I've already pressed this flat, and I've got my little craft iron. This is just a little tulip craft iron. You could use your regular iron that you use for pressing clothes with. This just saves me getting out my ironing board and all of that stuff, and it protects my good iron from any things that might be on my crafting project. So I'm going to take this, follow the directions on the brand of fusible web you get. I'll talk more about the fusible web on the blog post, so be sure and hop over there and get a more thorough explanation of the steps here. We do this every month, so I want to kind of go over it quickly today so we don't spend all our time. Now I'm folding this in half. I put that 1-inch square right at the end, one end of my flag, my strip. The hardest part of this whole process is many times peeling that paper backing. This reveals this shiny part, which is fabric glue. It's a heat-activated glue that will hold our fabric strip together. At this point, don't worry about these little threads hanging off. Those will be sealed once this is finished. Just using my iron to kind of press it down. I'll do a more thorough job of ironing off camera, but I want to give you the idea. Now this needs to cool and we can move over to the work tile and start our design process. All right, so today we are going to be using some paint. I've got some Apple Barrel in black and some Folk Art in Vivid Orange. These are both colors that Plaid sent to me, one of the brushes they sent. The first thing I did was I tested my paint to make sure that this orange is opaque enough to show over the black. It's really important that your orange is an opaque color, and most of these are not labeled that way, so test to make sure. And if you happen to have black fabric, you could have made your flag with black fabric and skip this first step, but I didn't want to dig through my fabric stash and find my black fabric. It's literally going to be quicker for me to paint and let it dry than it would be to dig for the one that I probably have put away. And besides that, a couple of weeks ago I went through and I made a whole bunch of these flags ahead of time so that I've got them ready to go when I'm ready to film. So we are going to just paint this. Now if you've got fabric paint, you could use fabric paint. It doesn't really matter on these miniatures. Fabric paint is mainly the thing that's special about it is it doesn't get your fabric as stiff and it can be laundered better. So I am going to paint both sides of my flag. I'll wait until it's dry, and then when it's dry, we will come back and we will add our next step. All right, once the black paint is dry, you can start working on your jack-o'-lantern face. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I do have my vibrant orange? Vivid orange that I showed you earlier. And I got a small brush, and I'm going to attempt to paint freehand a jack-o'-lantern face here. And you might need to put on 2 coats or more of your orange, but this is why you need an opaque paint, because you are trying to cover the black. So I won't make you watch me do the whole thing. We'll do the face. I'll do the face 1 coat, and then I'll turn the camera off and do any second coats that I might need to do, and do the other side off camera. And then when this is all dry, we'll come back and see how it looks. But this is a pretty simple design, and you can make yours look any way you want. Do you want it to be a happy jack-o'-lantern, or do you want it to be a creepy one, or what do you want? It's up to you. So I am going to let this dry. When it's dry, I'll put a second coat on, and when that's dry, I'll flip it over and do probably 2 coats on the other side, maybe 3. We'll see how it works, and I will be back when that is all dry. Well, there's our Halloween flag on the flag bracket on the front porch of the dollhouse. I love how he turned out. He's kind of creepy, kind of cute. Be sure and check the blog post for photos and the dimensions of everything and all that good stuff. If you enjoyed the video, be sure and hit the like button. Leave me a comment. What themes would you like to see in future videos? And what other things to decorate the front porch would you like to see? I'm going to need to come up with some new ideas because we're almost a full year around on this front porch series. If you enjoy my content and haven't subscribed, be sure and hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you know when I put up my new videos. Thank you very much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.